Hello guys and welcome to our program presentation for Group 4. Our title is Material, Equipment, and Labor Quantity Cost Tracker for Perimeter Wall Project. This program is meant to track and compile the costs per unit of each material that is going to be required in different parts of the project. We have different parts like mobilization and demobilization, layout and preparation, rebar works, masonry works, concreting works, steel works, equipments, and farm works. First, our program starts with a greeting, then the choices are displayed for the users to choose from. The choices displayed are view material cost list, calculate material labor cost, and credits. If we enter choice 1, it's going to display 8 choices, which are the different parts of the project. If we enter choice 1, it's going to display the list for mobilization and demobilization, showing its material name and the cost per unit. But if we enter number 6, which is for steelworks, it's going to display the individual names of the materials as well as their cost per unit. Like this pipe, which costs 2,150 pesos per piece, and the welding rod, which costs 150 pesos per kilogram.
First, the program starts by asking the user to input the number of workdays, also known as man-days, for three types of labor roles: foreman, mason or carpenter, and then laborers. After entering these, the program already has the daily rate set: 1,000 for the foreman, 700 for the mason or carpenter, and 550 for each laborer. The program then multiplies the man-days by their rates to get the total labor cost. Next, we move on to the equipment. The program asked how many days each machine was used, including an elf truck, a chainsaw, a backhoe with breaker, and a dump truck. Each of these also has a fixed rental rate. For example, the elf truck costs 12,000 per day, the backhoe costs 20,000 per day, and so on. Just like before, it multiplies the number of days by the daily rate to get the total equipment cost. After that, the program adds up the labor and equipment cost to give us the direct construction cost. This amount is a big help when budgeting and planning construction projects. Now, here's the cool part. After calculating, the program asks, "Do you want to see the receipt?" If you say yes, it shows a full breakdown of all the costs per role, per equipment, and the grand total. Let me give you a quick example. If I enter 3 days for a foreman, 5 for a mason, 2 days for 10 laborers, and 1 day each for the equipment, the total labor cost comes to 7,500 and the total equipment cost is 49,500, so the direct cost becomes 67,000. This program is a simple, efficient tool for estimating cost during the planning stage.
When the user selects the option 3, the program handles the cost calculation for rebar works materials. It starts by defining the unit prices for RSB 12mm, RSB 10mm, GI tie wire number 16, and the labor cost. Then, it will ask the user to enter the quantity they wanted to purchase for each materials. After receiving the inputs, the program calculates the total cost for each item by multiplying the quantity by the unit price. It then displays these individual totals. After that, the user is asked if they would like to see the receipt. If the user input 1, a receipt is printed out. This includes each item's name, quantity, unit type, unit cost, and total amount. It also calculates and displays the total material cost and the labor cost, and the direct cost, which is the sum of both. If users input 2, the program will respond with a message. If the user input an invalid option when asked about the receipt, the program responds with a message to guide them to select only from the listed choices. And when the user selects option 4, the program will now handle the cost calculation for masonry works material. It starts by defining the unit prices for CHB number 5, cement, sand S1, and the labor cost. Then it will ask the user to enter the quantity they wanted to purchase for each materials. After receiving the inputs, the program calculates the total cost for each item by multiplying the quantity by unit price. It then displays the total cost for each materials. After that, the program will ask the user if they would like to see the receipt. If the user input 1, the program will give the user breakdown of their purchases. This includes each item's name, quantity, unit type, unit cost, and total amount. It also calculates and displays the total material cost, the labor cost, and the direct cost, which is the sum of total materials cost and the labor cost. If the user input 2, the program will respond with a message. If the user input an invalid option when asked about the receipt, the program corresponds with a message to guide them to select only from the listed choices.
When the user selects option 5, the program calculates the total cost for concreting works. It starts by declaring the prices: 270 pesos per bag of cement, 1,100 pesos per cubic meter of sand, 1,200 pesos per cubic meter of gravel, and a fixed labor cost of 38,426.50 pesos. The user is then prompted to input the quantity needed for each material. These inputs are converted to floats, allowing for decimal values. The total material cost is computed using the formula cement price times the quantity plus sand price times the quantity plus gravel price times the quantity. After this, the program displays the total cost for each materials individually. Next, the user is asked if they want a receipt. If they enter one, the program prints a detailed, well-formatted receipt showing each item, quantity, unit price, total cost, and total material cost, labor cost, and the final direct cost. If they enter 2, it simply thanks them. Any other input triggers an error message to guide them back.
So for option 6, I started by setting the fixed prices for each materials. These are the base costs that the program uses to calculate totals. Next one, the program asks the user how many pieces or units of each item they need. This way, the costing is based on actual usage. Now let's put two quantities for each materials. After that, it multiplies the price of each item by the quantity entered to get the total cost per material. After calculating, it shows the user the cost for each item separately so they can see where the money is going. After that, the program gives the user the option to view a full receipt or skip it depending on what they want. And then after that, if the user choose one, it will display a detailed receipt that includes item names, how many were bought, unit prices, and total amounts. And lastly, if the user enters something other than 1 or 2 when choosing about the receipt, the program tells them it's not a valid option and gives a polite message.
Furthermore, equipment and formwork are also important in the construction of a perimeter wall because they ensure accuracy, structural integrity, and efficiency throughout the building process. And just like on how we programmed the first 5 categories, we just made the calculator for equipment to multiply the number of days by the cost of each equipment. If we enter a value for the number of days, let's say 3, it will be immediately multiplied by the cost of each material. And under the equipment category, we have the bagger mixer, the welding machine, the cut-off machine, and the chipping gun. Moving on to the formworks, which is same with equipment. Just put the quantity that you need in order to estimate the cost of each materials. And this category also calculate the labor cost and direct cost, which is considered as a total cost for formworks. For example, let's enter different values for each categories and let's see how will the output will look like.
Just like the first 7 categories, the user are allowed to see the receipt. Just enter the number 1 to 2. However, if we enter a number that is not in the option, the program will ask you to enter a different value which is in the available options.
The very last part of our program is the credits, which gives you two options to see the name of our instructor or the names of each and every one of the group members. If you enter number 1, it's going to display the name of our instructor, which is Ma'am Joy Mavis Tremilios. But if we choose number 2, it's going to display each and every one of the group members' names as well as their role and section. Thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.